Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are once again with Christy Martin and we actually made it all the way down to Wulai. I did not plan to make this another food video. We actually came here to Wulai for a completely different reason. Well, of course, the real reason for why we came all the way down here to Wulai was of course to see the waterfall we have behind us right here. But it's the worst time to come here because it's been raining like crazy. So it's basically been a waterfall this entire ride from Taipei. So I think we're just gonna focus on a night market and to get some more food.
We're here at the night market. I'm excited to go with the night market professional because I am not.
You might have thought that night market professional, which apparently is my new title, would have picked a better time to go to a night market. Regardless, we made it to Wulai night market. Last time, in the first video we made together, you said that it was a lot of Uber Eats.
Yeah, a lot of Uber Eats.
And that your favorite Taiwanese food was dumplings.
Yes. I do seek out Western food options usually because like after a long day, usually I want something that's familiar to me. That's nothing against Taiwanese food because everything I've tried I've honestly loved. It just is like comfort food, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
and to Taiwan's defense, they have a wide range of Western food as well. I don't blame you at all.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
exactly the same. It took me, I think it honestly took me 4 years of living in Taiwan before I had like noodle mian, like beef noodle soup.
Really? Okay, yeah. I've had that.
Yeah, so you're actually, you're developing faster than I did.
Yeah.
And in this case, very traditional Taiwanese dinner dishes. Do you recognize any of these dishes that we have in front of us?
I recognize the greens because all the greens look the same to me, but I know at my, they really do, I'm gonna be honest, but at my lunches at school, because I eat school lunch, they tell me that every day it's different, but it all tastes the same to me, you know, because I'm not like
Okay.
a pro.
It's a very ignorant answer, but we are here to change that, people. How are you with chopsticks?
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Quarantine was great for me because I could practice with nobody judging me.
If you are eating Taiwanese food, is dumplings still your #1 choice?
Is ramen even Taiwanese?
Okay, next question. This is actually sweet potato leaves.
Wow, okay,
that we have here. And then we also have fried lamb with other set of greens that may look the same to you. And then we actually have boar meat. Please do forgive me, I forget the name of the tribe here in Wulai, but it's very common up in the mountain areas among the different tribes to have boar meat, which is one of my favorites. And then we also have some crispy tofu and some rice too.
And some rice.
No one cares about the rice.
You always have to have rice.
Yeah,
always have to have rice.
How does it feel? Do you feel like Taiwan is a place where you could maybe live long term and not only like as a short term kind of visitor?
I think maybe. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've discovered that makes life here really convenient. Even though I don't know Chinese, which would be the biggest barrier would be like the fact that I don't speak Chinese. I don't know, life here, at least in Taipei, is very convenient, and so I could definitely see myself being able to live here, you know? I think it would be cool to have more time to explore more of Taiwan because I realize now it's like time is running out and I still have not done like nearly enough, but I feel like I try to do a lot, but...
4 months in Taiwan and today was her first time on a scooter.
That's true.
I'm proud of myself for taking you outside of the MRT map, and hopefully you will start to see that there are actually more places to see.
This makes me realize more and more how much there is to discover. But I don't think I could ever drive a scooter, especially after watching, like being on the scooter with you. It was fun, but I would be nervous to drive one in Taipei.
You could watch my videos on how to take a scooter license here in Taiwan, and you will figure out that there's no problem at all. I don't know how it is in the States, and I don't know how it is in Sweden either, but basically here, you don't have to go in the traffic to get the license. It's just basically like on a go-kart track.
Like Florida, I feel like it's really easy to get one. That's why I would say we're not great drivers. I'm not a great driver at all, but I passed the test, so yeah.
Okay. So if you would live here then for long term, what do you think would be like the biggest differences in terms of like how your life was before and what you've seen so far after 4 months in Taiwan?
I guess depending on where I would live, I would still have to go after the trash truck, which let's just say my roommates and I are not the best about it. Therefore, like our trash sits in our apartment for like a good week. It's nasty, yeah.
Wow.
So I would have to get better at that.
It's not really hard to miss the truck.
No, it's not hard to miss it, but the fact that you have to like...
So wait, so you stay in your apartment, you hear the truck coming, and you just don't go out?
A lot of the time, yes.
Really?
Yeah. And we're like, well, tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and we're like, well, in America, we just put our trash somewhere, and then the guys come and pick it up in the morning, and you're like still sleeping. And
is there anything you feel like it's better here in Taiwan that you would miss then when you
yeah,
arrive home?
I think definitely the people here in Taiwan. People are just super helpful. Like my roommates and I had to find a new apartment. The teachers at our school took their Saturdays and their Friday nights to help us like go look for apartments because they knew we didn't speak Chinese.
Oh wow!
They called people for us to like care that much and help you that much. It just was really amazing. So I will definitely miss the people if I were to leave, yeah. Like it just really shows how nice people are to strangers that they don't even know. So I would miss that, yeah, for sure.
How about tofu?
I love tofu.
Love tofu.
I'm not a vegetarian because it's too hard to be a vegetarian. And I want to try new foods, but in my daily life, I kind of like opt more towards vegetarian meals and tofu and things like that.
I'm a huge lamb guy myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've had lamb until this moment either, so like...
Right, I never had lamb before I came to Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
Did you learn something new about Taiwan today?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot of new things. Well, I learned that there's a lot of more food that I need to get out there and try, and I need to not be nervous to like go order, because I still sometimes do get nervous. It's better than at the beginning, and Google Translate has been like my best friend to like help me. But I did realize there was a lot of food that I still have not tried. Also, I need to do better at learning more about their holidays and things here, because sometimes I feel like I just skate by because every day we go to school and then come home and you can get into a rhythm, but because also I hang out with a lot of Americans because of my program.
Yeah, the next holiday coming up is Dragon Boat Festival.
I heard about that. I don't know about it, but I heard about it.
And then like one wave came in. All of a sudden it was like 3 liters of water in this dragon boat. Coach? Coach? It's hard to explain.
The first graders that I'm working with are gonna learn about it, so honestly I might sit on their class, yeah.
Still tons of Taiwanese things I have not had time to teach you.
I know.
I feel like your Taiwanese life depends a lot on me recently.
For some reason it kind of does, and maybe it shouldn't be like that.
I'm happy that you want to come here and let me teach you my Taiwan. As much as I love it, I just feel like my knowledge about Taiwan, especially like food and everything, is still very, very limited.
I mean, it's better than mine, so, it's
Yeah,
helpful.
yeah,
It's way better than mine.
Yeah. How's your Chinese now, by the way?
So, the class ended. It was only...
And there's no other way to learn Chinese in Taiwan.
It was great. It was 8 weeks, kind of like a crash course to like recognize some words, to be able to say some words. I think I recognize a lot more than I think. Kids will come talk to me in Chinese sometimes, and I actually recognize a few words, and I get really excited. I think it is.
I thought you were gonna say I still actually recognize a few students.
Oh no, that's awful. Sometimes they'll talk to me in Chinese, and then I'll just respond random stuff in English, and it's like a two-way conversation, and they're cool with it, which works out really well.
What would you say then if someone comes from, I don't know, West Palm Beach, Florida, and they don't know any Chinese at all? Do you feel like they would still be able to enjoy living in Taiwan?
Yeah, well, at least in Taipei, because I've only really experienced Taipei at this point. People here, their English is so good. And like, they always are like, sorry, my English is bad, my English is bad. I'm like, but the fact that you're communicating with me right now just shows how good your English is. So therefore, your English cannot be bad because we're still communicating. Your English is good. It's just amazing how people here learn Chinese when they're younger and they learn English. So this bilingual thing is amazing.
I'm from Sweden. English is my second language. No one ever in the history of YouTube has commented saying, wow, your English is good, your English is great. No one. And then I just say like, ni hao. And like, wow,
you're Chinese, yeah.
你的中文好标准耶. And I'm like, my English is a lot better than my Chinese, but
that
because
so
it's like
funny.
so similar, I don't think people really give me credit for learning it, and they think it's like so similar. Taiwanese kids growing up, they have to learn like Chinese, and then their next language is like completely different.
It's not even close, which is why it's so hard for me to learn Chinese. But it's just amazing to watch their brains because they do it, which is like, oh my goodness, it's amazing. But also many adults here. It's like very prominent in the schools, at least in Taipei, but even the adults here have learned a second language, which is amazing. Yeah. Always like leave my apartment and there would be like a few like older Taiwanese people. And there was one man who his English was so good and he had to have learned it like as an adult, I think. Okay. But he would always practice with me when I would like come back to my apartment or leave and we would talk. And it's just amazing that you can like, learning as an adult would be so much harder, but they still can do it here.
Also heard it's the first time you have guava juice.
I like it. It's kind of similar to apple juice, no? Kind of?
I'm starting to see like a color pattern from you. It's like everything tastes the same as something else with the same color. It's like,
it's hard. So, when you try so many new things at one time, it all blurs together.
My mom has been in Taiwan like, I don't know, she must have been like 15 times, like every 6 months before like COVID.
That's amazing.
We didn't record any videos, but she would just like, when she back home in Sweden, she would like look at her photos on her phone.
Yeah.
And she would be like, oh yeah, that was pretty good.
You have to like go back through it after.
But you have to like process it a little bit. Same as like learning Chinese, you have to learn the Taiwanese dishes. Like,
right.
Practice makes perfect, so
it really
we're
does.
here to eat a lot. This is the first time you have a proper Taiwanese dinner.
Yes.
Is it something that you would order again?
I would definitely order these again. I love tofu, and I think the lamb was very good. I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I think I could eat this again.
What's left for you to do?
What's left? Honestly, to explore the whole like south part of the island, because I definitely have not been close to there. I want to go on more hikes because at the beginning I did like 2, 3, and that was really fun. But for some reason these past weekends have been like so busy and I don't know. We have not done it, so I definitely want to make more of an effort to get out in nature because there's so many beautiful things to see. Well, I have to collect some souvenirs because I need to bring some stuff back to my family. So I haven't done any of that yet because I feel like if I start buying stuff, I'm gonna buy too much. But
do you remember what I told you that you must buy to bring home as a souvenir?
Oh, pineapple cakes. Yes. I'm gonna get those. Because I feel like my family would actually really like them too, because they're delicious. So
I think it was a good mid-term check-in.
Yes, it was good.
Every time we do these like vlog style and we just go out to explore and to like live our actual lives, not sitting in my studio reading a prepared script for you.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's gonna happen.
It's part of the adventure, you know? That's what I say.
Turned out to be super rainy.
But it was a great day.
I think even though it's a super amazing place, super shitty weather.
Yeah.
So on average it's a mama hoo-hoo kind of day. But I will take, have you heard of that expression?
No.
Horse, tiger.
Oh.
And I don't know why actually, but so it means like so-so.
Oh, okay.
Which I would assume means that the horse is bad.
Okay,
and the tiger is good. And on average it's like so-so.
So-so, okay.
I don't know why the horse would be bad though. I feel like the horse deserves a little bit more credit.
Right.
Probably I'm getting this wrong as well. So again, please do let me know. Leave a comment down below. It should be amazing. I think both horses and tigers both deserve all the credit.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, it's raining. This is how our normal life looks like, and that's also why I want to record these vlog videos for you as well, so you can actually see how an average normal day here in Taiwan actually looks like. But I still think it's worth to go out and explore a little bit.
I agree.
It's not the best experience on the scooter, but once you're here,
it was so fun. I had never been on one. It was so fun.
Hopefully Christy agrees and don't regret her first visit here in Wulai.
Not at all.
We're just gonna wrap up here, finish off the remaining food, and then run to our scooters and head back to Taipei just as soon as possible. And I guarantee you get a good night of sleep.
Oh, yes.
It's 6:30 p.m. but we're exhausted because we've been out recording all day today. So again, thank you all so much, and again, please do support me by subscribing to my channel, and also, of course, support and follow Christy's adventure for her remaining 5 months here in Taiwan, when she hopefully will be out exploring the south of Taiwan and hopefully get to eat a little bit more Taiwanese dishes as well. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. It starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.